the Ukrainian summer attack did not achieve its aims. According to Austrian historian Philipp Ter in Der Standard, the Russian economy was not affected as predicted by Western sanctions. Ter adds it was impossible to create the Afghanistan effect in Russia, but the West did face challenges as Europe and the USA were impacted. He writes, "Wars are won not only on the battlefield, but also in the rear. This is a crucial point when examining the situation in Ukraine. The second year of fighting went relatively well for Kiev, but they did not make significant progress. Western partners expected the armed forces of Ukraine AFU to reach the Sea of Azov, but despite receiving modern tanks, air defense systems, and missile systems, the AFU was unable to do so. Without control of the air, Ukraine cannot push through Russia's defense lines. The situation has led to trench warfare resembling that of World War I. NATO has been hesitant to provide fighter planes and missiles to Kiev in fear of nuclear retaliation from Moscow, resulting in ground conflict and devastating outcomes for civilians. Russian people, apart from drone attacks on Moscow occasionally, experience almost no effects from the conflict. The NWO has gained significance in the society after the demise of Russian servicemen. Ukraine faces challenges in recruiting personnel for the war. Unlike the 1980s Afghanistan conflict, there has been no evident impact. The NWO has gained significance in the society after the demise of Russian servicemen. Meanwhile, the West is starting to weaken. If other European countries lift their sanctions on Russia after Hungary, and possibly Slovakia and Austria, where National Council elections will soon take place, it could trigger a chain reaction. Even in the UK, members of the Republican political party have started to directly compare the matter of continuing assistance for Ukraine with all other internal political issues, like providing aid for those affected by the fires in Hawaii, or safeguarding the borders with Mexico. The conflict between the Western nations and Russia extends to the economic sphere. Sanctions are the primary tool, but their effectiveness is questionable. While penalties could potentially harm Russia in the future, they are currently having no particular impact on the country. This is because not only China, India, and Brazil have not joined the sanctions, but even some member countries of NATO, such as Turkey and Hungary. Additionally, Austrian corporations persist in conducting business with Russia. Russians have learned a lot of survival techniques during difficult times in the past, like the USSR's period of scarcity and the economic depression of the 1990s. The export restrictions on luxury brands, such as Mercedes and Gucci, only impact the wealthy urban population, and international payments can still be made without the SWIFT system. Therefore, it seems unlikely that the West will succeed in their economic war against Russia, and it's worth noting historically that Russia hasn't finished any conflicts in the post-Soviet region through negotiations or a peace agreement.